we wind up this week's NXT program that I've tried to praise and am pulling for secretly because the other show is not even secretly, because the other show is such a goddamn indie clusterfuck. But holy fuck, the Dusty Classic final. Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle against Drake and Gibson, the grizzled young veterans. This thing went for fucking ever. It went through 2 different breaks. These are supposedly the best teams in the tournament, and immediately the first thing I saw was 2 backslap tags. So both the finalists in the tag team tournament do not know the rules of tag team wrestling. I'm so sick of these backslap tags, I want to throw a brick through my fucking television every time I see these guys doing this. Just lazy bullshit. And nobody's stopping them. And I would goddamn pull the plug if I was producing that program. I've pulled the plug on a couple of things I would pull the plug on a tag match that gave me a backslap fucking tag. Because I'm sure I would have already told those people numerous times that that's not fucking right. But God, all these guys worked hard, but this was all over the place and everybody did everything. Repeatedly over and over. It was way too long. It got sloppier as it went. It went through 2 breaks. I wrote, will this ever end? At one point, Drake and Gibson did the Doomsday Device onto Pete Dunne, where the Road Warriors Doomsday Device, where the fucking guy holding Dunne on his shoulders was on the floor, and the guy doing the clothesline was diving through the ropes out of the ring, and the guy took the bump on the floor. And he stayed down for 15 seconds. They give him the Doomsday Device on the floor. They hit Riddle with a false finish, which he kicks out of, and then Dunne is back in 15 seconds later. And then they do a bunch of more shit, and then somehow Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne win. This overkill, overdone, what the fuck, back and forth. Nobody knew what the fuck was happening. Move after move after move. Strike after strike. What the fuck was going on with that? Is that an example of the modern new age of wrestling good match, or did you see what I saw?
I saw what you saw, but I really didn't dig the match at all. I just didn't dig the match. I can't even narrow in on why exactly. Here's the one thing I will say. AEW, there's stuff I don't like. There's a lot of stuff I don't like, and there's some stuff I like. But I get through that show and I'm not exhausted. NXT, I don't know if it's the energy or the way they lay out the show or what it is, but by the time I get to the last match on that 2-hour show, I'm done. I don't want to watch anymore. Yeah. And that's the way I felt this week. I mean, look, if it's a hot show and there's lots of interesting things happening, it's a different story, but I just did not give a shit about the finals of this Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament at all. And the match, it wasn't for me. I don't know. I can't even narrow down why I didn't like it so much. I just didn't like it.
I'm trying to like Riddle because he's got something and everybody says, oh, he's so great. But the more I see, the more I'm not into Riddle because it's goofy and he does the same shit over and over. Some of it looks good. Some of it doesn't, but a lot of it doesn't make any sense. And they're grabbing feet so that the other guy can step up and do this and that and the other thing. It looks like a video game.
Can I ask you a question? Did you set your DVR to record the overrun that's no longer there?
Well, it automatically does.
Because
anyway,
I caught the first couple of minutes of Ms. and Mrs. or whatever the show is.
Oh yeah, I saw that come on and immediately hit stop.
You know what? It made me hate him so much. Just
really?
A couple of minutes. I never want to see that show or clips of that show ever again. Ever.
Well, I mean, it's like fucking Total Divas. I mean, if you're a woman watching it, I guess it's okay because women like those kind of reality shows. But what man would watch Mr. and Mrs. or Ms. and Ms. or Total Divas or whatever the fuck to begin with?
A modern wrestling fan.
No, certainly to God.
I guarantee that audience. There's a reason it's on right after NXT. They're trying to get the WWE audience, and they'll get a lot of them. But it's watching Divas Live. I mean, or whatever, Total Divas, whatever the hell it is.
Every single one of the shows that of any of those reality shows involving wrestling people that I've seen, not only exposes the business, but is just complete dreck. But most reality TV is dreck. But you can't tell me that men males are watching either Mr. and Mrs., Ms., whatever the fucking program is, or Total Divas, where they're talking about their makeup and their goddamn romantic liaisons. You cannot tell me male wrestling fans, even in this day and age, are watching those programs, Brian Last.
Look, there's some weirdo wrestling fans out there, and there's more now than ever before. I guarantee you there's a large amount of men watching those shows. I don't know the ratings. I've never checked in the ratings for those shows, but I have to think, especially the pervert audience. You're leaving out the whole idea that
but they're not naked. What's the use of watching it
on the Diva show? Aren't they
sex? Like, there's no dick in the pussy on the fucking on Lifetime Network or whatever network they're on. So why would a pervert watch that? Nobody's getting naked.
Because you get to see these women that you fantasize about that they're on TV. I'm assuming they're in bikinis at some point and having like pillow fights and pool parties.
You can go on the internet and see goddamn, German gangbangs with 74 people and a fucking Dalmatian. What are you going to watch a bikini for? What the fuck?
Again, there's a perverted fan base that I'm assuming
if you'd rather watch women in bikinis for your porn than a German gangbang with 74 guys and a fucking Dalmatian, and what kind of goddamn pervert are you anyway? Do I have to now be disappointed in the fucking quality of the perverts in America today?
Obviously you do, because there are Twitter accounts that are just like, divas' asses, just pictures of the wrestlers, their asses, not naked,
fuck's sake,
but in their outfit in the ring. There's a weirdo pervert audience that I'm assuming is watching these shows in droves.